do a few examples on division terms 0 and 1. So the directions are telling us write the division problem, solve for x. So we have the divisor is 7, the dividend is x, and the quotient is 3. So our divisor is 7. So that's the second number in this problem. So we put the 7 right here. The dividend, which is the first number, is x. So we have x divided by 7, and the quotient, which is meaning the answer, is equal to 3. So we have x divided by 7 equal to 3. So we have to figure out what is x. So in order to figure out this problem, I would just do is 7 times 3 is 21, and that would be our x. X would equal to 21, and I could substitute x for 21, and as you can see I have 21 now. So it's 21 divided by 7, which is going to give me 3. So the answer to this is 21. X is equal to 21. Okay, let's go to the next one. We have the dividend is 140, the divisor is x, and the quotient is 7. So the dividend is the first number, so we have 140, and the divisor, which is our second number, is going to be x. So we have 140 divided by x, and the quotient is, which is the answer, is 7. So we have 140 divided by x equals to 7. So in order to figure out the x, I would just do is 140 divided by 7 to figure out the x in this equation. So 7 goes into 140. First we go 7 goes into 14. How many times? 2 times. And 7 goes into 0 times. So the x would be now substituted for 20. So 140 divided by 20 is equal to 7. So the x is equal to 20 because it checks all out. So x is equal to 20. Okay, let's go to the next example. We have the quotient is x, the divisor is 5, and the dividend is 150. So the quotient is x. So the answer to this is x. That's what we're going to have to try to figure out. The divisor is 5. That's the second number, and the dividend is 150. So 150 divided by 5 equals to x. So we have to figure out the answer. So in order to do this, is we would have to do 150 divided by 5, and I would do it right here. 5 goes into 15 3 times, and 5 goes into 0 times. So 5 times 30 is equal to 150. So the answer to this is the x is equal to 30. As you can see, I can substitute the x for 30, and then as you can see, 5 times 30 is 150. And it checks out right there, as you can see. So x is equal to 30. So that's the final answer to that. Okay, here we want to divide, mark off the problem if it is impossible to do. So we have 64 divided by 8. So how many times does 8 go into 64? Well, you would do it this way. 8 goes into 64 how many times? 8 times. It goes in evenly. 8. So the answer to this would be 8. Okay, let's go to the next example. We have 48 divided by 8. So how many times does 8 go into 48? So 8 goes into 48 6 times, because 8 times 6 is 48. So the answer to this would be 6. So that's the final answer. 32 divided by 32. So how many times does 32 go into 32? Well, that's pretty simple. The final answer to that is 1. That's the final answer to that. So 1 is the final answer. So now let's move on to a few exercise problems so we understand the concept of what are we doing here.